Hello students, hope you all are stay safe at your home. We have already discussed various functions using NumPy array. In previous video, we have discussed how empty function used using ND array or NumPy array. Hope you all understood well. Students, we have already sent you so many video lectures, so many PPTs on the various topics of informatics practices, in which NumPy array was also one of the interesting videos. How you can practically implement each and every concepts in terms of so many functions which we have used in NumPy array. You are requested to do it using Python platform or Spider platform or Jupyter platform, whatever you think to use easy, you may use. You may do the practical contents so you can understood about every functions of NumPy array. In this video we are discussing the content of NumPy array, that is some more functions how we can use, and today the new function which we use, that is how we can create array fielding with zeros using zeros function. See, what is the function of this zero function? The function zero takes some attribute as empty, which we have previously discussed, and creates an array with specified size and type but filled with zeros. That is, the syntax of this zeros function is numpy.0 shape comma d type is equal to Python data type or NumPy data type, which we have already used in a previous functions, and order is equal to CRF matlab in which way we are using this function, either row measure or column measure. Shape and order attribute work identical way as in empty function, which refers to the previous empty function in detail. For example, let us suppose we try to use how we can use zeros function. We create an array, name something like that ARR3, that is equal to np.zeros 2 comma 3, d type is equal to np.int64, and order is equal to f. Order is equal to f means the order is measured with row wise. Now you see how this function work. Suppose we try to show the content of this particular array 3. This is the array of 2 row and 3 columns, and it will be print in a row measure format 0 0 0 0 0 0 and data type, which we have defined in this particular function zeros, that is of int 64 bit. So when we print this array 3, its output will be in a nested list type 2 rows and 3 columns of zeros values with int data type 64. Now see how we create the array using ones, that is with the help of ones function. This is similar to the empty function. And the syntax of this function is num.once shape d type is equal to python data type or numpy data type order is equal to crf, that is row wise or column wise. When we try to print this array of size 2 rows and 3 columns, it will print you directly in the form of ones, means unit matrices. The element of unit matrix should print using this ones command with 2 rows and 3 columns and the array. Means we have a need to write for finding the output of this function is array4 is equal to np.ones 2 comma 3 d type is equal to np.float 32, and when we try to find what is the value of this particular function after printing it, it will be grep array4. Array4 is in the form of array 1.1.1 in zeroth rows and 1.1.1 in first row, means total number of row is equal to 2 and total number of column will be 0, 0, 1 and 2, that is equal to 3, and with data type float 32. So we learned something like this. There are 3 more functions: empty like, zeros like and ones like. Means we have already learned about empty function, zeros function and ones function. Now we try to see what this function works. Empty like existing array, zeros like this array and ones like existing array. See the same array element, array 3. When we see this particular array, the structure of this array, this will be of 2 rows and 3 column and data type is equal to 64. But when we try to print AR4 is equal to np dot ones like AR3, means the content of this array 3, that is 2 rows and 3 columns of zeros value, should pass in this particular function as array 3. Then when we try to when we try to print this array 4, it will be comes up into the form of unit matrices of 2 row and 3rd column with data type int 64. So we can change this particular array, means empty array, empty likes into zeros like and ones like. Now some more function which are useful to create an array, something like this. np.i5 means it directly creates 5 cross 5 array with zeros values at a non-diagonal position and one's value in a diagonal position. Means it will be create the matrix of 5 rows and 5 columns, and the existing element of this particular matrix is ones in a diagonal position and zeros are at non-diagonal position. Similarly, we can use np.full function with 2 comma 3 comma 6. It means it creates 2 cross 3 array with all the values as 6. Means 2 cross 6, 2 rows, it creates the matrix of 2 rows and 3 columns, and in this matrix every value should be 6 with the help of this full function. Similarly, we can use np.random.rand function 3 comma 4, means it will be create 3 cross 4 array with range 0 to 1, and np.random.rand 4 comma 5 into 100, means from the range 0 to 100 it will be create random numbers of matrix 4 rows and 5 columns. Similarly, np.random.randint 5 comma size is equal to 2 comma 3. It means it will be create 2 cross 3 array with random ints in range 0 to 4. Now see how we can work with numpy array and how we can access the individual elements using array indexing. We have already known that the indexing of an array is started from 0 to n minus 1. Let us suppose there are an element existing in an array whose name is AR, that is like 17, 23, 11 and 18. So the index 0, at 0th position the element should be 17. We can read here AR0 is equal to 17, AR1 is equal to 23, AR3 is equal to, and so on and so forth. Similarly, for two-dimensional array, we use 2D array row index and column index. See here, there are two-dimensional matrix ARY whose index is 0 and 1 as a row wise, 0 and 1, 0 and 1 as a row wise, and 0, 1, 2 and 3 as a column wise. Now we can check the value at the index of two-dimensional array. In two-dimensional array ARY 1 comma 2, see 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2. See which element should be 1 comma 2, that is equal to 21, means the element of first row and second column will be 28. Similarly, ARY 0 comma 3 means 0, 0 comma 3, that will be equal to 18. Similarly, 0 comma 0 means 0th row and the element of 0th row and 0th column, that will be equal to 17, and so on. Now in array there are two ways to provide the indexing. The first one is forward indexing and second one is backward indexing. We have already known about forward and backward indexing how in a list. The same way in array also. Forward indexing will starts from 0 to n minus 1 and backward indexing will starts from minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4 from the right hand side of the array. Means the element will be counted from the right hand side in the array. For example, let us suppose if there is an array having elements 17, 23, 11 and 18. So you can check here with the help of forward indexing at the location A0, that is 17, but alternatively we can also see that at the location AR minus 4, that is equal to 17 also. Means we can read the element of array with the help of forward and backward indexing. Similarly, for two-dimensional array also, as a row wise and as a column wise, array minus 2, minus 3. See, array minus 2 with row wise means this will be the value of minus 2 and minus 3 will be this. So the value existing at this particular location will be 23. Array minus 2 minus 3 is equal to 23. Similarly, we can check something like this. Let us suppose this is an array of ARY 1 comma 3, that is equal to 67, and with the help of backward indexing minus 1 comma minus 1 is equal to 67, means same values are there. Now the next topic is array slicing. Array slicing means how we can cut the content within the array element. Means how we can extract the subset of the numpy array using this slice. The syntax in Python for slicing the content is array name, start, stop and step. Array slicing, the definition of array slicing is it refers to the process of extracting a subset of element from the existing array and returning the result as another array, possibly in a different dimensions from the original. Means from original array we can extract the subset of the content. Now when we start step value or not specified, then Python will assume their default values. Start is equal to 0, stop is equal to dimension size, and step is equal to -1. For example, let us suppose if AR1 is equal to np dot array 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16, then let us suppose we try to extract this particular array from n to m minus 1, something like AR3 to 7. 3 to 7 means the element at 0 index should be 2, element at first index is 4, element at second index will be 6, and the element at third location will be 8. So it will be extracting the element from this particular index and comes up to the 7th index of an array. The 7th index is 14. So the element after writing this is extracting 8, 10, 12 and 14 from this particular array. This will be the subset of this array. Similarly, there are so many examples which we can see how the elements of an array can extract from the given array. So today we are discussing this topic, and next topic will be discussed in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you very much.